Hello you guys, what is up? My name is Taylor Janet and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're already subscribed to my YouTube channel, welcome back. Missed you. But if you are new to my channel, before we even get started with the video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, join the family. Today I'm hitting you guys with another semester recap video. I just finished my fall semester of my sophomore year. That's 3 out of 8 down. If you haven't already, please be sure to check out my semester recap video from last year. I did not film one for my second semester because I went abroad immediately, but I'm back with semester recap number 3. Basically, what I do in these videos is I talk about my semester and I talk about my classes and how it went socially, academically, all of that. The videos are usually longer because they're not scripted and I'm just talking at you guys. I always try to be super duper honest with you guys and transparent, and hopefully they help or you like to hear that. Enough of me talking, let's get into the video. Just for the sake of catching you guys up, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of how the spring semester went for me. So, spring semester is the semester where I decided to change my major to economics. If you guys have been subscribed to my YouTube channel for a while now, you know I came into Spelman as a health science major, pre-med. After my fall semester, I thought I was gonna stick with it, but in the spring, I went to my first Chem 112 class and I said, you know what, I can't do it. This isn't for me. I don't like it enough to put this much work in. There is no such thing as an easy major at Spelman, but the key is finding something that you're passionate about. So because I was putting a lot of work into something that I wasn't super passionate about, I was like, I need to find a new major that just fits better for me. I didn't really know what economics was. I think I thought it was something about money, but I just decided to give it a try. So because I dropped the 112 class, I got into a microeconomics class, which is like the first class that you take for the major. I was the only freshman in my class. It was kind of challenging, but I got an A and I was like, okay, you know, I studied really hard. I like the material. Let's stick with the econ thing. Now, because of the micro class and the timing of it, I had to switch my ADW class. So ADW 112 was extremely difficult for me. I think I already have trouble with like ADW and like those kinds of classes in general. But then switching teachers on top of already kind of having a tough grasp on ADW made the class so challenging for me the entire semester. I struggled so much. Putting in the same amount of work both semesters, but literally my first semester of ADW, I got a B+. And the second semester, I got a 73.47. So with my 73.47, I was 0.53% away from earning a C, and I genuinely thought that meant I failed. Most classes at Spelman, a C- is not a passing class. So when I saw C- on my transcript, first of all, that's the lowest grade I've ever gotten since I've been to college. So I was really sad, but then on top of it, I thought I was going to have to retake the class, and I was just devastated. So I spent a lot of time being really stressed out and really sad about having to retake ADW the spring of my sophomore year. I literally found out maybe 6 weeks ago that I don't have to retake the class. That was probably the best news I've heard all semester because I genuinely, like most of this semester, thought that I was gonna next semester have to take ADW 112. The bad side to that is that because I'm not retaking the class, I still am gonna have that C- on my transcript, and that definitely negatively affected my GPA. So with all that in mind, let's move into the sophomore year part of it. Let's start out by saying that freshman year and sophomore year are not the same at all. In my head, I kind of thought that it was gonna be like freshman year 2.0, only without like the dorm wars and freshmen stuff like that. Warning y'all now, I did not script this video. It's just kind of like a heart-to-heart with you guys, answering some of your questions that you guys have been asking and telling you what I want to share with the semester. So like I said, I changed my major, which means I'm basically changing my career path. I don't want to go to med school anymore. I don't want to be a neuropathologist anymore. And that is so normal. I came into college and I was like, I'm not changing my major. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I think a lot of people had that mentality, but you would be surprised how many people actually change their majors. And it's so normal, it's so okay, you know. At the moment, I have absolutely no idea what I want to specifically be when I grow up, but I have options of things that I'm interested in. So when I changed my major, I had to change my 4-year plan, and I think I spent the entire semester redoing my 4-year plan. My big thing that I was like stressing over sophomore year was making sure that I have all of my graduation requirements somewhere in my 4-year plan. I don't want to get to senior year and then be like, oh my god, I never took like psychology, oh no, I can't get in. Like, I didn't want any of that to happen to me. So I spent hours and hours and hours just redoing my 4-year plan, making sure it's perfect. So I'm an economics major. As I said, I'm an economics major. As I said, I am almost positive that's not gonna change because I really do like my major. But one thing that I was really struggling with was figuring out what I was going to minor in. You do not have to minor. Minors don't even show up on your transcript, I don't believe, but I just have so many different interests. So what I wanted to do was double minor pre-law. So I wanted to minor in management organization, Spanish on the pre-law track. And I sat through with my advisor, Dr. Holmes, who is literally the best person ever. Basically, what we came to the decision is that it's possible, but to do it, I'd have to take like 20 credit hours and do a year's summer school. And I'm not really interested in doing summer school again. I've done it for 3 summers. And I was like, I'm not doing it. So basically the ultimate decision that I came to is that I am not gonna be a Spanish minor. And that was a really hard decision for me to make because I really always thought that I was gonna be a Spanish minor, but I felt like I needed to stick with the management organization minor just because I do wanna go to business school and I need those classes to help prepare me for my GMAT and stuff like that. So I felt like it was more of a necessity. And the same goes with my pre-law track. I'm sticking with pre-law only because as I prepare for law school, the LSAT, those are just classes and courses that I think will help strengthen me and prepare me for all of that to come. I said GMAT and LSAT, and I don't think I actually told you guys what my plan is as of right now. As of right now, my plan after graduation is to go back to school and get my JD MBA. That's a Juris Doctorate, which is like law, and MBA, which is a Master's of Business Administration. It's a dual degree program most schools offer it, and it's usually 3 to 4 years, and then I could have both degrees, and I really am interested in both law and business, so I thought that'd be cool. Obviously, subject to change, but that's where I'm at right now. I learned in my economics class last spring semester that economics is not just about money and crunching numbers and stuff like that at all. Economics is really the study of who gets what and why with scarce resources, and that really general definition of economics really also goes into politics a lot. So I got super interested in merging the two principles together, and that's kind of where I got this pre-business, pre-law vibe going. I was talking all of this through with one of my friends. Her name is Destiny. She rocks. And she told me about an organization called Mock Trial. Mock Trial is not just a Spelman thing. It's kind of like a national organization. It might even be international. I don't know. They have mock trial in high schools, undergraduate level, and in the law school level. So I'm in the undergraduate level, obviously. So coming into sophomore year, I kind of had the impression that I wanted to try out for mock trial. I auditioned for mock trial, made the team. That was awesome. And what to say about mock trial? Okay, so I don't even know what to say about mock trial because if you guys watch my vlogs, I talk about mock trial a lot because it consumes a lot of my life. Mock trial and I have a love-hate relationship. It takes up a lot of my time and my energy and stuff like that. You know, it is stressful. It's a lot of work, and I think anything that you love and you care about is a lot of work and sometimes gives you stress. We meet twice a week, every week, Mondays, Thursdays for a couple of hours in the evening. But as we got closer to competitions, meetings started being like every day, and it's just a big time commitment. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility, but I genuinely love the organization and I've learned a lot. So that's why I say it's a love-hate. Like, a lot of times it's a lot of work, a lot of stress, but I've learned a lot. I've met some awesome people. I've met some awesome friends. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing mock trial as long as I am in college. And I'll probably try to do it in graduate school too, because I like it. Mock trial is really awesome because it put me in a group of people who also, for the most part, want to go to law school. And so now I have kind of like older Spelman sisters who are kind of like helping me figure things out and our coaches are awesome, and they really help mentor us and teach us, and I've learned so much. It's crazy. So as I said earlier in the video, I got a C-, and that tanked my GPA. My GPA was not bad, but for me, it was just something that I was really, really unhappy with. And because I was unhappy with it, I kind of came into this semester like some things need to change. I need to do well. This isn't happening to me again. That was kind of like my energy. I was like, this is not gonna work. So I came into this semester and I was like, I'm playing no games. And so I took my academics so seriously. I've never worked so hard in my life. So let's talk about this semester, my classes, my results, all that. So I really wasn't sure if I was gonna like say this on YouTube because it's kind of like a personal thing, but I really do try to be transparent with you guys. So we're gonna say it. After this semester, I took 4 classes. I took National Government in the US, I took Introduction to Criminology, I took Principles of Macroeconomics, and I took Intro to Statistics and Econometrics. And I earned A's in all of my classes, and I got a 4.0. Wow, I don't even like, I know in a couple of vlogs ago, I was talking about how stressed I was to get my grades, and that's why, because I was really wondering I was just wondering what I was gonna do, how I was gonna do. I did get a 4.0 this semester, so that was awesome. I was really excited about that. I've never gotten a 4.0 before. My academic journey has been a struggle. I've always struggled academically. I've always struggled in school. I might make another video about that because I don't think people understand like my academic past and where I've come and all that. But yeah, it was my first time getting a 4.0, so I was really happy about that. But at the same time, there was a lot of extreme work that went into this semester. It was insane. This semester was work. I think you guys see in my vlogs that all I did this semester was study. I didn't even go out to eat like that. Like, I think I went out to eat a couple of times. Freshman year, I went out to eat like all the time, you know, Sunday brunch, stuff like that. No. I always thought that all-nighters, like I never believed in all-nighters, you guys. And the reason I didn't is I always thought that if you managed your time, you wouldn't have to pull them. Because my schedule was so stacked this year, I had 3 of my classes on one day and then 1 of my classes on the other day. My teachers would always give me my papers and my tests on the same day, which became a lot. So probably the hardest few weeks of my semester was right before Thanksgiving break. Like the first 2 weeks of November, I was dying. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it for you. It was terrible. So basically, I'm trying to think about what happened. I had 2 weeks. And on November 15th, I remember I had like 40 pages of writing due on the same day between all of my classes. You know, I had like a 10-page paper, a 15-page paper, like all these different writing assignments were all due on the 15th of November. And I started working on them ahead of time, but what happened was I had these 40 pages due between all of my classes on November 15th, and then I had exams in macro, I had exams in statistics and econometrics, and I had an exam in national government. I had a presentation in criminology and a presentation in national government as well, and this was all in 1 week. First of all, exams are no joke. I don't remember if it was like this last year, but in most of my classes, we only had like 2 or 3 exams, if that. Like some of my classes only had midterm and final, so there was no room to make a mistake. So all of my exams were high stake. All of my exams I had to do well on. All of my exams I had to study really hard for, but they were all at the exact same time. If that weren't already like super stressful, mock trial really started to pick up. Sorry about that, y'all. My camera, my camera battery died, but we're back. Mock trial started to pick all the way up, okay? It was November 8th and 9th, I believe. That was our big competition at Emory. Mock trial meets when it's close to competitions every night for hours. So mock trial would meet from around 6:30 until like 8:30, 9:30, 10, whenever, you know, we just got out. So when mock trial started to pick up like this, usually I'd use my weekends to get ahead. But in this situation, we had our big competition at Emory the 9th and 10th. It was a Saturday and a Sunday from like 7 o'clock in the morning to like 7 p.m. at night. Really, really long days, and you can't do your homework in there. You can't You can't have any electronics, so it's basically only mock trial, and then by the time you're done, you have to get ready for the next day. So on top of all of my school responsibilities, I have this big mock trial responsibility, and I got assigned a new witness, a new affidavit to memorize, a new direct, a new cross to memorize, all of this stuff I needed to learn in a very short amount of time, and I really didn't have time at all. 2 nights before, like trying to memorize my script and all this stuff. And so I'm trying to get ready. This is the weekend before everything's due. The Saturday and the Sunday was the Emory competition, and then Monday is when my week of exams and papers and stuff started. So I was kind of like, it was really, really stressful, and I literally like cried so much during that like week just because it was a lot going on. There's 2 competitions in each day, but I only compete in one of the competitions. So on Sunday, after my competition, because I competed first, I left, and I don't think people were too happy with that decision. But honestly, this was a life lesson for me, and it can go to be a life lesson for you guys. You have to know when to stop. I knew that I needed to go home and get some work done and do stuff for me. I knew I didn't want my grades to suffer. I didn't want my mental health to suffer, because I was at this point exhausted, you guys. I was pulling all-nighters every single night, like going to bed at maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, getting up at 8:30, starting again, and going back to bed at 6:30. So I was running on like an hour or 2 of sleep for a week. And I was just like, it was a lot. It was super overwhelming. I wasn't eating regularly. I wasn't sleeping regularly because I didn't have time. And that's not the most ideal situation to be in. So me making that decision wasn't me quitting mock trial. It wasn't me being lazy. But sometimes I do think you need to put yourself first and your mental health first. And yeah, everything worked out. We did really well in competition. I got all of my exams and my papers done, and I learned a lot from that experience. I pushed through because I needed to push through. So I basically spent my entire semester eating my books. I did have fun. I did have fun events. I had fun memories. I had homecoming and Delena's birthday and things like that. So I wasn't just like in my books in the library, but for the most part I was in my books and in the library. And I think that they're definitely next semester, looking towards next semester, one of my goals is going to be more balanced. I didn't really take care of myself as much as I wanted to. I didn't really hang out with my friends as much as I wanted to. Like, I didn't get my nails done. I didn't, you know, go out to eat. And that was something that I always looked forward to. I didn't really do things that I liked to do. So although I had a 4.0 for the semester, which I'm so happy about, I definitely think next semester I'm gonna put in the same amount of work, but also work on doing better self-care and going to the gym and stuff like that. But I did have a good semester, and it was a lot of a learning experience, and I really enjoyed myself. And with this semester down, I'm really looking forward to next semester. I have goals, and I definitely want to do more of a balance, like a work hard, play hard kind of thing. So that's my goal for next semester. Alrighty, you guys, I think that is it. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a huge thumbs up. Comment any more questions that you have. Any other types of videos you want to see from me. And of course, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, join the family. We have a good time here, so yeah. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.